Oasis FM.
Morning and welcome to another Oasis FM online with me, Rick. You find us down in the south, obviously near the Oasis studios, but the guy we're going to meet today on Meet the Team doesn't live down here, he actually lives up the hill. So what we're going to have to do is go on a quick road trip to get himself up there to meet him. It's the weekend morning DJ, it's Robbie Dominic, and we're going to go have a chat with him as well. So time for a quick road trip, a little bit of music. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me, let's go and get on, okay? How high up is this? I'm actually in. What's this village called, Robbie?
San Miguel de Abona.
And I'm with the one and only Robbie Dominic. Robbie, how you doing? Yeah, I don't know what we're doing over here these days. I think it's all nice to meet you.
Okay.
How many years have you been on Tenerife?
24 next week.
24 years next week?
Next week.
Congratulations.
September the 2nd.
Yeah. Did you plan on staying for 24 years?
No, only planned to stay for 2. That was the original idea.
Yeah.
Two years, and we were going to come back in 99.
Yeah.
Or 2000, a push, and here we are, 24 years later, really. So.
And where are you originally from?
I was born in Leeds.
Yeah, I heard straight away with the accent.
And it's a giveaway, isn't it? And I was brought up in the West Yorkshire, Nottingham, Pontefract area. That's
right,
Castleford, Pontefract, Nottingham. That's sort of 5 mile radius, 6 mile radius, And that's where I went to school. That's where I grew up, and we started working from there. Doing the clubs.
So before we get into the DJ, you're actually a professional singer. You're an entertainer.
I've been an entertainer since 1980,
yeah.
And before that, running alongside that, I worked for British Rail.
Right.
I worked for British Rail from '74 when I left school until about 91, 92.
I was born in 1972. You look damn fine for the age. I've got no idea. I can't even age
It's this
you.
place that does it. It's this place that does it. Yeah, I'm 63, so it's.
Oh, you look fantastic.
I left school in '74, worked on the railways till 91, 92,
yeah.
and basically just ran the gigs and the bands and things, just about time thing, just a bit of fun really.
Yeah.
In 91, went professional, and been there ever since. 30 years professional now.
But the act that you do is actually a specialist kind of act, isn't it? It's more dedicated.
Yeah. It's not a tribute as such. It's more a tribute to a decade.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's the 80s gold show. There's only so many songs you can do by certain artists.
Yeah.
As you know, and Ultravox. There's Duran Duran.
Yeah.
Orchestral Manoeuvres in the Dark and Tears for Fears, and it's sort of gradually morphed into this 1 hour linked up spectacular.
I've actually seen the show, and it is worth it because you are gigging around Tenerife at the moment, aren't you?
It's just starting to pick up again after the pandemic.
Yeah. If you get a chance to come over and come and watch it, it's brilliant. It just takes you back to the 80s. Literally,
that's the whole point.
You're just walking into an 80s era. It's absolutely phenomenal.
Whole thing. Yeah.
How did you go from that then into the radio with Oasis FM?
I've been with Oasis since 1999.
You're one of the.
I think I am the longest standing presenter. I don't know about staff, but definitely the longest. I am the John Peel of Oasis FM.
What does Oasis FM mean to you?
It's great. It's what I originally wanted to be when I was a kid. I wasn't interested in being in a band or a singer. I wanted to be a radio DJ. I used to listen to the radio a lot and listen to Radio 1 and all the DJs. And, your Tony Blackburns, your Pete Murrays and all these sort of guys, DLT. And I was thinking, that must be a great job, playing all these great songs, So doing that, it was a dream come true, really, and it's sort of, it's really what I want it to be, So that is my passion. More than anything else,
So when you started with Oasis, what was it? What show did you have then? Because obviously at the moment we find you now on the weekend breakfast show. Is that right?
I've been on the breakfast show for I think it's about eight to 9 years now.
Yeah, you've actually for the weekend breakfast in Tenerife. If you're in the cars and you got the car hire, your weekend breakfast show is the one to have on. Across the whole island. No, without a shadow of a doubt, it's fantastic.
I've mainly done weekends. I did weekdays for a while, but it sort of clashed with the gigs.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't sort of getting enough time to cross over.
Yeah.
So the weekends are a better slot for an entertainer anyway for me, and it's been great to do the breakfast show, especially. You know, it's so nice to. It gives you something to get up for in the morning.
Absolutely.
You know, and to play the old stuff, which gives me the chance not to. I don't know any of the chart music.
Well,
I've got to admit.
This is what I was going to ask. I mean, if somebody tuned into your weekend breakfast show, what would they expect to find? What would they expect to hear?
You could have 80s. It goes from 60s right up to the 80s, even into the 90s, depending on my mood on the weekend. You know, and on Sundays we do like a classic rock Sunday. You know, where there's bands like Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, all the classic rock bands, you know, the Stones. It just gives me a chance to play all the songs that I grew up with, you know, when I was a kid, you know, back in the 60s and 70s. And because, you know, the Beatles and everybody, you know, it's sort of, I was growing up while they were actually in the charts, you know. And that's it. And Chris lets me sort of have that bit of leeway where I can play basically what I want, you know.
Well, I think a DJ like yourself on the airwaves for so long with Oasis FM, you've got a right now to actually say, I want that sort of music to be played on your show.
I'd like to think so, yeah. It's sometimes I'll do an 80s thing, but and just play some of the songs that I grew up and listened to at school, you know, your T-Rex, your Slade and David Bowie, and
you're just bringing them all out of the hat, all the old ones out of the hat.
all the stuff. And you know, I do have a massive collection of stuff that I use. I mean, I used to use, when we first started doing it, we were using CDs and cassettes. But now it's more, you know, you use them off your phone and blah, blah, blah. And it gives you the biggest collection now to pick from, you know.
You've got the world collection on your phone.
Yeah. Anything that anybody asks for is there, you know. So it does give you a lot of scope. And luckily, I mean, I do seem to have quite a few listeners in the UK as well. And it's...
because they can still get you on the Oasis FM app, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
It's
all there.
well,
it's
on iTunes and on the
It's
in the Play
opened
Store.
everything up completely. You know, at one time it was just here that you could hear, hear the show, and only for a certain radius, you know.
Yeah.
But now, obviously, I'm getting messages from friends in Nottingham, in Scotland, and I've got a friend who lives on the Isle of Mull. He listens every week, and it's as clear as a bell. You know, it's like I'm stood next to him. You can't believe how clear and everything is. You know, and. It's a very fulfilling, you know, 3 hours a morning on a weekend. It's sort of, it really gives me a buzz, you know.
That's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
So you've been with them now for 20, how many years, you say?
Since 1999, Oasis
So that's
FM.
22 years.
22 years.
Are we doing another 22 years?
I'd love to do another 22 years.
You hear that, Chris?
I've got to be, I mean, I must be the oldest presenter on the station, and well, you know, it's by a long way. But I talk to, people like Danny and Elliot, and you know, there's Kirk, and they're all in the.
I was listening to Kirk on the way up. I was listening
to
Kirk on the way up, coming to see you.
Yeah, he's doing a great job.
I'm looking forward to
meeting him.
He's doing a cracking job.
Yeah, and it's always been a good crowd. We've had some great presenters over the years. I mean, we used to have bless him, Brinsley Ford from Aswad.
Oh yeah.
Brinsley used to do the show before me, a reggae show.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. And I just, you know, I come out of the station thinking, Brinsley Ford from the Double Deckers has been
like one of your
doing a radio show before me, you know, and it's so strange, but it's great fun. And like I say, I've made some great friends over the years that maybe have moved away and live in the UK and wherever they are now, you know, but you know, they've always been associated with Oasis FM, you know. So
it clearly shows by the way you talk and by your face that your love for the radio is still there and it's still going strong.
Yeah, it's like I say, my mum always was like, you love your radio, you know. Even when I was a kid, you know, can you turn the radio off? Just turn it off for an hour, you know.
Absolutely brilliant. I look forward to seeing you again. So if you're going to come over from, well, you don't even have to come over anymore. You can actually hear it on the Oasis FM app that you get from the Apple Store, and also you get it from the Google's Play Store as well. But if you're going to come over from here, this is the man to see on a Saturday morning, Saturday and Sunday mornings to listen to. Your time starts from, is it 9 o'clock till?
9 till 12.
9 till 12, that's what you're going to get, and it's going to be the best of the 80s, 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, some maybe even into 90s.
Occasionally.
Only occasionally.
Yeah, if there's a special occasion. It's mainly 60s and 70s that floats my boat.
Fantastic. Robbie, thank you very much for meeting the team.
It's a pleasure, Rick.
There's going to be some more coming on there as well. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to Oasis FM online. And from myself and from Robbie, we'll see you on the next one. All the best. Cheers, Robbie. Thank you very much, mate.
Cheers, Rick.
Have a great day. See you guys. Thanks a lot.
Bye.